Okay, let's dive right in. We're going to talk about a pretty fundamental shift in how you should approach your DevOps career. It's all about moving from being a job hunter, constantly chasing after roles, to becoming an opportunity magnet, where the best gigs actually start finding you. First up, let's talk about something I call the application black hole. We're going to get into why your expert skills, all that amazing stuff you can do, just aren't landing you the interviews you deserve. So, does this sound familiar? You've absolutely mastered Kubernetes, Terraform, AWS. You've got the holy trinity of DevOps down cold. Your resume is packed with all the right tech. But you're still stuck. You're not getting the callbacks. It's super frustrating, and it's exactly the problem we're going to tackle. Here's the hard truth of it. Every time you hit apply, you're basically sending your CV into a void. You're not just competing on your skills. You're up against a massive sea of other applicants whose CVs look almost exactly, and I mean exactly, like yours. The old way of doing things is just broken. So, the whole key here is to shift your mindset. We're moving away from the static CV and toward a dynamic professional profile. Just look at this comparison. A CV is, well, it's a boring, backward-looking piece of paper. It forces you to chase jobs. But a professional profile? That's a 24/7 career engine. It's a living, breathing showcase of who you are and what you can do. And it's working for you, attracting opportunities even while you sleep. Okay, so enough about the problem, right? Let's get to the solution. This next part is all about how to become that opportunity magnet. This is the system that completely flips the script on your entire career. And let's be crystal clear about the goal here. The end game is simple, but it is so powerful. You stop the endless, desperate hunt for jobs. Instead, the cool, challenging, and high-paying opportunities start coming directly to you. So how do we actually build this thing? Welcome to your 6-component career engine. Think of this as the blueprint, the exact recipe you need to build a professional profile that makes you completely unignorable. Now, to make this all feel manageable, we're breaking it down into 3 simple phases. First, we build your foundation. Second, you prove your skills. And third, you amplify your voice. Let's dig into phase 1, shall we? Phase 1 is all about your LinkedIn profile. This is your digital headquarters. Your headline needs to be specific. Don't just put DevOps Engineer. Put something like DevOps Engineer specializing in Kubernetes. And when you list your experience, you have to quantify your impact. Don't just say what you did, show the result. Reduce deployment time by 70% is a million times more powerful than responsible for CI/CD. And remember, LinkedIn is a search engine, so fill your profile with the keywords that recruiters are actually typing in. Okay, phase 2. This is where you prove everything you claimed in phase 1. Your GitHub is your portfolio, and it needs to showcase complex end-to-end projects. And your technical blog, that's how you signal a truly deep understanding. If you can teach a concept, you really, really know it. And for every single project, you need a detailed README, clear instructions, and diagrams. Show your thinking, not just your code. And this right here is such a key principle for your portfolio. Forget about having 10 half-finished, simple projects. Recruiters are way more impressed by 3 or 4 deep, production-level projects that solve a real problem. Quality always, always beats quantity in this game. And finally, we have phase 3. Amplify your voice. It's just not enough to build a great profile if no one ever sees it. You've got to broadcast it. Share your blog posts, talk about your project milestones, document what you're learning every single week. And this part is crucial. Engage with the community. A meaningful comment on somebody else's post is just as valuable as writing your own. If you want a way to actually measure your progress, you should check out LinkedIn's Social Selling Index, or SSI score. It's a number from 0 to 100 that literally grades you on how well you're building your brand, finding people, engaging, and building relationships. It's a pretty cool way to gamify your networking and see what's actually working. And hey, if you're thinking this all sounds like a bunch of theory, here's some real-world proof. Mauricio, a graduate from a DevOps bootcamp, put this exact system into practice. His big takeaway? It's the consistent activity that makes all the difference. When he's active, the recruiters come knocking. When he's not, they don't. It's that direct. All right, so we've covered the what. Now it's time for the why. This next section is about the core strategy that makes this all work, and it's called signal, not noise. This is how you really, truly stand out from the crowd. So I want you to think about communication channels on a spectrum. On one end, you've got job portals. That's extremely high noise, it's saturated, it's crowded, and it's super easy to ignore. But on the other end, you have something like a personalized video. That is very high signal. It's direct, it's personal, and it cuts right through. The key is to move away from the noise and start operating in the signal. This framework makes everything so clear. You've got two axes. The medium you use, is it high noise or high signal, and the message you send. Is it low impact or high impact? So where do you think most people operate? Yep, right here, the bottom left fail quadrant. This is where most engineers get stuck. They're sending generic, low-impact CVs through high-noise channels like job portals. It's the classic spray and pray approach, and it's exactly why your application is getting lost with thousands of others. The winning strategy, where you want to be, is in that top right quadrant. You're sending high-impact, personalized messages through high-signal direct channels. This is how you bypass all the noise and get straight to the people who make the decisions. And here is a perfect, real-world example of that winning strategy. Check out the story of Harry. Instead of applying the normal way, Harry created a personalized video. It was funny, it was emotional, and she sent it directly to company executives, totally bypassing the normal channels. And the result? It was so impressive it got forwarded all the way up to the CEO. Now that is a high-signal, high-impact approach. So how do you get started? Here's a super simple 3-week plan to get your engine running. Week 1, just focus on your foundation. Update that LinkedIn profile and start connecting with people. Week 2 is all about content creation. Build your first project and write about it. Then in week 3, you expand. Start a second project and make sharing what you're learning a daily habit. But let's be real for a second. This is not something you're going to knock out in a weekend and then forget about. Building your professional profile is an ongoing side project. It's a living system that you have to continuously feed and take care of, and it's something that will grow in value right alongside your career. So that brings us to the end. The system is all laid out. The strategy is crystal clear. The only question left to ask is this. Forget the noise. What's the first high-impact signal that you're going to send out into the world?